We have one of our honorable ministers right from Ghana here today with us to celebrate the African Day. Sir, you are welcome.
Thank you.
He is the Honorable Rashid Pelpua, the minister responsible for private sector development. Sir, can you tell some of us exactly what your ministry does?
Well, thank you very much. At the moment, well, I'm in charge of private sector development and public-private partnerships, but I'm also a Minister of State. The Minister of State at the Office of the President does his or her work in accordance with the preference of the President, and also because most of the functional activities that are not performed by specific sector ministers.
Now, can you be very specific and say, whilst I'm in office, this is exactly what we've been able to do?
We try to achieve as a whole is to create, as I told you, to ease up the environment, the business environment. And at the time we came to office, the ease of doing business in Ghana was scored at 90. The UN or World Bank ease of doing business was at 90.
Are you scaling it from 10 to 100, or what exactly do you mean?
Okay, if you take all the countries in the world,
yes,
and you want to find out which country you can go into and easily do business,
okay,
and then you can get the best country where business activity is very, very efficient. Okay. You go in there, you register in 2 days, you register in 3 days, you start your business. Meaning we're behind several other countries, 90th position.
Okay.
Now we are 62.
Wow. Okay, sir, without contradicting what you're trying to say, will you say the economy is reflecting the way you describe it? Or the general view of the economy vis-a-vis these developments?
Again, when we came into office in 2009, the economy, and now, if you compare the economy then and now, the economy has grown 100%.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, we've grown twice.
So I hope you are not being political.
No. I mean, we are twice the economy we are seeing then. We saw then. Now the economy is twice that. If it was 36 billion, an economy worth 36 billion, now it's more than 70 billion. So it's grown twice what we have seen. It has expanded. There's more involvement. Power. We used to consume for example, the demand for power was about 100 megawatts a year. Now every month we require about 100 megawatts to add.
So you've brought a very interesting topic.
Yes.
The energy sector.
Yes.
You are saying demand has rose to a certain degree, almost 100.
Yes. No. I'm saying that when we, at the beginning, we used to demand 100 megawatts of power every year. Now we demand 100 megawatts of power every month because the economy has expanded, business activities have increased, the demand for power has doubled or has more than tripled.
The question is, demand is on the increase. Expectations are high. The economy is doing better. So what measures have you put in place to address this shortage? Because I understand the lights are always going off.
When we came, it was 2,300 megawatts. Now it's about 2,600 and something megawatts.
You've added some megawatts to it.
But I'm saying that that's not enough. We are looking up to a situation where we are even taking it to hit 5,000 megawatts level by 2016.
Sir, you see, so that we make it simple for our viewers.
Yes.
Tell them in the face exactly what you do. I know you are not the minister responsible for energy, but they are your colleagues. View our viewers and tell them exactly what you do to at least address some of this issue. Not that we are expecting to do it, but
the practical thing I'm saying is that right now we've licensed about 11 independent power producers.
Wonderful.
And still counting.
Good.
Each of them is going to provide a certain amount of power.
Okay.
I know of an independent power producer who has registered his company and is in the process of producing 400 megawatts.
Wonderful.
I know of another company that is producing solar. They have gone to the north. Their expectation is that they will produce 200 megawatts. So these are practical things that are happening. There are 11 of them who are making efforts to change the power supply situation in Ghana.
Dear listeners, we are hearing His Honorable. He is saying measures are in place to increase the power supply. He said it. So we are all going to expect soon that the current power offs will soon stop. Now, sir, let's look at another sector of the Ghanaian economy. Agriculture. Yeah? When I was a very young guy, we had a lot of people in the villages producing food. So it was easy for us to wake up, get something to eat. But now we are diverting gradually from this concept of grow what you eat what you grow. So if we continue this way, where do you think it will take us?
Well, that's another area of key interest to the policymaker and to government. The government is very keen at ensuring that much of the food we import into the country, Ghana, we now produce it in Ghana. Rice production, rice consumption alone in this country has gone beyond the $200 billion mark in imports. The government of Ghana has taken notice of this, and we are now committed in ensuring that we produce rice in Ghana adequately. Chicken production in Ghana is another key area because we import so much chicken. In fact, we have about 7 products that we import into this country that amount to over $1 billion annually. And our expectation is that we will produce those things in Ghana and consume them in Ghana. This is going to revamp and give the economy a new perspective and create more jobs for our people. So we are aware of the fact that we consume more of what we don't produce in Ghana, and that there is the need for us to do a change, a U-turn. So we are committed, and we have shown the commitment. The President was at Parliament to make a speech in his State of the Nation address, and he made a firm promise of our decision to help local producers to produce more in agriculture.
So it's an intention.
It's a policy, and we are practicalizing it. Right now, there's rice production in Ghana has started increasing because people have gone into it. We are bringing tractors.
They are putting measures in place so that Ghanaians will stop this perfumed rice. They will begin to eat what they grow. So we will also look at this education. I realize you are speaking very fluent English, and sometimes we have some of the boys here. We've been in Germany for years. Our English is not that good because we don't speak English on a daily basis, and some of them come there from Legon, and they are speaking English, and you ask yourself, what is wrong? So what actually is taking place back home when it comes to our educational structures?
Well, this is a very important question because it touches on the very foundation of our education drive, and it questions the quality of our education. Because you are telling me something that you have experienced firsthand. A university graduate speaking English to you, and you notice that his English, there's something wrong with it. But it also tells about the level and our commitment to quality education. Because speaking English is not the issue, but the knowledge you acquire out of it. And many of them, and you can trace how much they know through how much they can articulate, speak the language. So essentially, I think that we need to reorganize ourselves. This is a point that not you alone, but several other people have mentioned, that we are not aligning our particular needs to the education we give. The academic education and the practical application of it in society must have some correlationship. Education should be able to produce those kinds of human resources to match what they need.
The issue is not about the number of universities we have. but the quality of education. We are turning all our polytechnics, technical institutions into universities. Over here in Germany, we have what we call this dual system of education, where they go to school on a number of days to learn the theory, and then they go back to these very companies and learn the practical things. Is Ghana also trying to do such a thing, or just producing graduates?
Yes and no. Yes, because we now have more private universities than public universities. The universities engage in what they want to engage in. If they want to train people in management, it's management they are training people in. They are not looking at the market. They are looking at a course content for the university. And you have Ghanaian universities which are conventional in the kinds of training they provide, meaning they continue giving a certain line of training. If you go to University of Cape Coast, you can see the kinds of courses they do. If you go to Legon, you see the kinds of courses they do. If you go to UST, KNUST, you see the kind of courses they do. So whether we have done a study enough to now say, let's wait a little and check. Are we actually training the kind of human resource we need? I don't think we have questioned that before. And I think that it's time to begin to question that. Whether the kinds of graduates coming up from the university are the kinds of people we need for industry, are the kinds of people we need to change society, and are the kinds of people we need to employ in the various fields of endeavor that people are investing in. So that's why I'm saying yes and no.
The issue is about the educational system, it's about the quality of education. He said them right, he did not run from it. Now, will you say authoritative that Ghana has mechanism to know the number of people who are unemployed, those coming from the tertiary institutions, those coming from the SSS, and all these things? I think it is only when you have the statistics that you can begin to put measures in place to address investing. Do you think we have it?
These statistics will be compiled on annual basis, and sometimes even monthly basis. We have a statistical service that gather data of young people who finish the university, but I'm yet to see a close analysis of those who finish, those who are employed, those who are not employed, those who are employable, those who are not employable and still need training. I haven't seen such a data before.
Yeah. Good. Now, you were once a minister of sports.
Yeah. Youth and sports.
Youth and sports. Oh, you added youth. Good. But let's look at the sports aspect. Will you say as a country we've done well over the couple of years now?
Yeah, I think we've done so well. Nothing has marketed Ghana so well as in sports. You know, when I was Minister of Sports, we qualified for the World Cup. I went to South Africa to do the draw, and when we finally went for the games, you know what Ghana did? We performed so well. At the same time, I led the team to Egypt, and we played the under-20, and we won the World Cup. World under-20 for the first time an African country has won it. We went to Africa, to Angola, and then we played second. We were beaten just by a goal by Egypt, very painfully, you know. And the best boxer in the African Games was from Ghana. Yeah, all within the space I was a minister. And
so don't take all the credit to yourself.
Yeah, I'm not taking all the credit myself, but I'm saying when I was a minister. But you have coaches, you have technical men, you have the president of the GFA, for example, who is very passionate about supporting GFA. You have the government itself that put me there and gave me all the support. I mean, it's not just, I don't want to go into the details about what happened,
but
to prove to you that sports has done well.
But it seems we are concentrating only on football. Don't you see that?
Yeah, but when I was speaking, I spoke about boxing also. You know. And it is true that there is so much concentration on football at the expense of the other games. Yeah, that is true. And I hope that, in fact, when I was a Minister of Sports, what I tried to do was to catch them young. I went to the universities and then the SS, and I tried to build a team, an Olympic team, and I got a surprise. a young guy in SS who was only about less than 60 years was able to break the national record on high jump. Wow. A record that was about 30, 40 years old, he broke it.
Dear listeners, we can all see that when it comes to the sports, the Honorable Minister is speaking so fluent because he has authority over this issue. We come to another topic. Don't be scared.
But the question you asked was whether sports, we have done well in sports.
So the answer is yes.
Yes, we have.
Say, when you people were in the opposition, you were accusing the government before that they were having this huge number of ministers. When you people came into government, have you been able to address the situation?
I think that we've done well in that area. Over 80 ministers in the past administration, we are now a little over 70 ministers. Apart from that, we were about, there were a lot of, we had a lot of special assistants who were supporting the ministers and who were paid. They have all been taken away. So apart from the 80-something ministers, you still have special assistants, to ministers and etc. etc. They are no longer the case here. So it's good that we have addressed it, but not completely adequately.
It can be better.
We can do better.
Okay, good. So your ministry is responsible for private sector development. So how is your relationship? One, your relationship with the diasporans, and secondly, with the outside world.
Actually, I have a very good relations with the outside world. It's one of the fundamental reasons I do my travels. In fact, I have been here on the invitation of Rana Gelish, who is a very hardworking personality and has shown a lot of commitment to supporting the diaspora, people in the diaspora.
What message do you have for the Ghanaian community here in Germany?
Well, the message I have is you are in Germany. I understand lots of you are already well employed. Young ones amongst you are in school. Many are dropping out and just going to work at restaurants and other menial jobs. It is important for you as Ghanaians to know that the Ghanaian spirit deserves to light up in Germany. You need to commit yourself to working very hard. Those who are dropping out of school, take a break, reflect. Education is key. You are in a very advanced country and you can't do without education. So I'm entreating you all to commit yourself to learning German, to learning a skill, to learning a trade, to being academic, to being committed to your work and committed to your country as well as your adopted country. It's important also to understand and respect the laws. You can't be in a country and be successful if you don't respect the laws and regulations, and if you don't respect the people, and if you don't respect their traditions and their practices. So I wish you well.
And the message is that take education seriously. This interview was brought to you by Imic and Tabo Photography. We thank you all. Bye-bye.
Very good. Thank you. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Right.